I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about Story Champs. This is something that we're using to help our students develop a good procedure for retelling narratives, not only with books that they read, but also with experiences that they have. And we hope that will translate to writing. This is something that you could try out at home, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So we use these symbols that you see on the left-hand side of the screen. We want them to mention first when they retell the characters and the scene or the setting. Then we want them to talk about the problem and the emotional response to the problem. We want them to use or to talk about the action that led to the solution and the emotional response to the solution. So these are the steps we want them to take when they retell, and it's something that we're prompting them on and something that I'm modeling at school. So we could just take a story that everybody knows. I'm using the example of Cinderella. I think we all know that. It's, you know, a children's movie that most people remember. So if I'm retelling this, I'm talking about the character and the setting by saying Cinderella lived with her stepmother and her stepsisters in their house. That I'm talking about the problem, and I'm saying something along the lines of Cinderella's stepsisters treated her very poorly and she did not want to live with them anymore. She got to go to a party and meet a prince who really liked her, but she left without telling him who she was. She left behind her glass slippers. Then if I'm talking about the emotional response to that, I'm mentioning that she felt sad because she thought she'd be stuck with her mean family forever and she lost her chance to be with a prince. But the prince looked for the girl who had left the shoe, and when he found Cinderella and saw that her foot fit in it, he took her away from her mean family. And lastly, if I'm mentioning the emotional response to the solution, I'm saying, oops, Cinderella felt very happy that she didn't have to live with her mean family members anymore. Now these again are the steps, the procedure we want kids to follow, to mention the character and setting, to mention the problem, to mention the emotional reaction to the problem, talk about the action that led to the solution and the emotional reaction to the solution. So we use these little icons that you see on the left-hand side of the screen, but if they're retelling and you're just kind of keeping a mental record of what they say, you might ask them, hey, did you talk about the problem? Or did you tell me how they felt after it was after that problem happened? Or did you tell me how they felt once they fixed their problem? Did you remember to tell me where it happened? Could you remember to tell me the setting? These kinds of questions as they're retelling, I mean, anything from experiences, movies, stories they know, books they've read, are really going to help them solidify that procedure in their mind. And then what we hope will happen is as they begin writing, I can remind them, you can remind them of these steps that they should take in their stories that they're telling in their writing, and then they will eventually be able to go back independently and correct themselves. So I hope that was helpful. As always, if you have any questions, please let me know, and have a nice day.